I want to welcome in Daniela Rabani from the Tel Aviv Institute. Now she's with a group that advocates for Jews and fights anti-Semitism in social media. I appreciate you being with us. I want to start with Jewish students, if I may. Their concerns about their safety and interactions that they are having with pro-Palestinian groups. What have students shared with you about their experiences over the last 10 days?
Thank you so much for having me. I first want to say that most Jews, most Israelis are pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli. There need not be a binary. We must be pro-peace. What we do see is that these rallies across college campuses have gotten extremely violent toward Jewish students. Even one here in my hometown of New York City at Columbia University, they didn't even call themselves pro-Palestinian, which of course I consider myself to be as a Jewish woman, as the daughter of Israelis. I am pro-peace. These people called themselves pro-Hamas, the people who literally videoed the most heinous crimes against humanity. And the administration did nothing about it. These students, we send them to college campuses to become peaceful, productive citizens of society, and they are begging both sides, and I say that in quotes because we are on the side of humanity, both sides are begging for adults to come in, intervene, be the administration, be the educators, to sit these people down and teach them mindful communication, teach them conflict resolution, because being violent towards Jewish students at Columbia, at George Washington University, this will not do anything for the Palestinian cause. This will not do anything for the Israeli cause. This will not do anything for society at large.
How do you, Daniela, address the misconceptions about Hamas when you see pro-Hamas protests?
I think the first thing we need to talk about is that Hamas will say with their own words, thank you, Iran, for backing us. Thank you for giving us millions of dollars that they do not even give to their own people. Their own people in Gaza are truly suffering. We can all agree about that. Their own people in Iran are suffering. We've seen how the Iranian regime treats women. I mean, we can debunk this misconception that Palestine is going to be freed by Hamas. We have to unite in our efforts to free the Gazans from this horrific terrorist regime.
I was reading a Gallup poll that stood out to me. It was released in April of this year. It revealed for the first time, Daniela, that Democrats expressed more sympathy for Palestinians than they did for Israelis. 49% siding with Palestinians, 38% sympathizing with Israel. What do you think is driving that shift? And is it generational? And there's a Netanyahu factor in this as well.
Thank you so much for mentioning Netanyahu, who you'll notice that there were thousands and thousands of Israelis protesting against for literally an entire year. This is not a man that most Jews or Israelis align with. I think there is an issue with education. I think we have failed our children and our students in communicating what words like occupation mean, what words like apartheid mean, what words like genocide mean. We have failed our students in that we have created a binary. We need to teach students on college campuses, in high school, what our shared history is in order to have a shared future.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.